Well, family, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 family, to the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. We have had an incredible week. Great stories have gone forth. Wonderful testimonies have been shared. We had some amazing TTT parties, and a lot of new business partners have come aboard. And the word is spreading, and it's spreading fast. And we're just in January. I think we're getting 2015 kicked off in the right direction. So much momentum, so much energy, so much excitement, so much passion, and so much sharing. And I'm excited about everything that's happening in Team Effort Network, especially since Mel and Amy Gill are extremely excited about this new product that they're working on, and we hope to hear about on March 14th at our birthday celebration. I can't wait to see what that is. Well, family, you've dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call, where you will hear things that will move you from facts to faith to action. This is Pastor Denise McDowell, your host, along with my business partner, One Star, Pastor Del Wafer. Family, the line is open. Go right ahead. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from? It is Freedom Point Friday, family. Go right ahead. It's been a long week. I know you've been working hard, but I know you're there. I see you. Give us your name. Where are you calling in from?
J.R. Williams, Bowie, Maryland.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the call. Let me make sure I have the line open for everybody to communicate. Hold on.
All participants are now unmuted.
Okay, I hope I had
John Joseph, Emeryville, California.
Oh, there we go. I had you all blocked out. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
William Covington, California.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good morning. My name is Wendy Lopez from Sacramento, California.
Oh, my goodness. Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good to hear you this morning. Hi, Donald Joseph. I heard you earlier.
Yes, I heard her yesterday. Don was speaking yesterday, and I was so excited because he comes over and helps me out here in Sacramento.
Wow. And I see a lot of your posts on Facebook, Wendy. You look like you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, keep it coming, family. Who else is with us? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
DC in the house. DC in the house.
All right, DC. All right, Robert. How's it going, sir?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Good to hear you this morning.
Millionaire in the making, Sheila Taylor McDuffie, Atlanta, Maryland.
Oh, boy, let me tell you, Sheila was looking like $1 million last night, too, with your little size 6 pants on.
I ain't going to stay on this corner. I'm going to see if I can find.
Good to hear you this morning. Keep it coming, family. Who else is with us? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
Sandy Goins, Maryland, and Sheila, I did see you in those size 6 pants, and I'm using my Slim by 10. I'll be there soon.
Girl, use every one of them. Every one of them.
I hear you, Sandy. But Sheila was looking sharp last night, boy. I tell you.
She definitely is. No question about it.
Thank you. I'm excited. I can get into your pants. I'm excited. Y'all just don't know. I got a whole new testimony. I didn't even realize how much little weight I had really lost.
Oh, wow. So we saw it last night as you walked across the floor. Well, family, I'm getting ready to mute out if you haven't done so already. Go right ahead. Introduce yourself, where you're calling in from.
Lloyd Gibson, over in California.
All right, Lloyd. How are you, sir?
Fine and happy, blessed. Thank you for sending all that good information via Facebook. That's really helping the team, and it's helping.
Wonderful, Lloyd. That's right. Snatch it, snip it, share it, take advantage of it so people can know what's happening here.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
The teamwork makes the dream work, right, Lloyd?
That's right. Pick a spot, we going to the top.
That's right. All the way, nonstop, all the way. Not looking back, going ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh. Showtime, y'all. Showtime.
Coming. What's the way to I'm baby.
All the way to Vegas, boy. He's getting us.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Getting us ready for Las Vegas, Nevada. You guys better be ready for that. You know what? I hope you didn't miss out on the early bird special for the tickets, but guess what? They did go up. Don't you wait till they go up again. Get in your back office and get your tickets for the 10 extravaganza taking place on March the 14th. Anyone in Team Effort Network is going to be there, and you want to be there to find out what the new product is going to be. I understand that it is transforming. Amy Gill said it is literally transforming. It's powerful. It's going to rock the wave. It's going to shake up new waves here in the industry, and I cannot wait. And with our vitamin sprays has the highest quality of ingredients in our sprays. We just don't have any old thing. It's not watered down. It's just not a spray that's put together just to put on the market. No, we have the highest quality of ingredients in our sprays, cannot be compared to none, and they have been proven. Y'all know that's right. So family, look, get your tickets for our birthday celebration. It's going to be history in the making, and you're going to want to be there. We had an explosive TTP last night. So as you know, we always bring to you on Friday the TTPs that we have on Thursday. Yes, was it explosive? Yes, indeed it was. All kind of guests in the house. Folks are signing up. Hands are going up. And we got a vision. We have a snapshot of those that are on target for meeting the 1-year Power of 2 challenge. We put together a board, a chart, so that everyone that can see that's in the race, their names was exposed last night. We had about, I think, 25 to 30 names on the board, and those names represented those who are in the race of getting that $22,750 monthly residual in January 2016. So the names that was on that board last night, you have accomplished what you need to do for January. Your goal for January has been met. Give yourself a hand. You are in the race. And so those other teams in other regions, if you have your team members that's on the target for this 1-year Power 2 challenge, I suggest you do the same thing. Put together a chart with the person's name who's completed January and where they're going in February. Get your 2. They have their 2 for January. Put on a chart and let their name be exposed so the team can see where we are, so they can see where they are, and knowing that now all you have left to do for February is to help those 2 get their 2. And you can start saying, you know what, I'm going to win this challenge. I'm going to win this challenge. I'm going to win this challenge. I believe you all can do it. Well, I'm going to pause right here, bring on my business partner, 1-star, Pastor Del Wafer. Pastor Del, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How's it going this morning?
Oh, my goodness. I'm here at a health fair. Diane and I are doing a health fair here in Largo, Maryland. And let me tell you, boy, we got the best setup than anybody here. We got more people stopping at our tables. You got people selling candles and people selling all kinds of things. But you know what? Everybody's concerned about their health. So you got folks lined up at the table here. I'm looking at it now. Diane's managing the table. People lined up looking at this health. You know, you got I got Pastor Denise's little brochure there showing all the people who lost weight. And let me tell you right now, everybody at the table is overweight. So we're having a good time right here, man. We're having a good time. And let me tell you, you just have to every day do a little bit more about what your business, expose your business, expose our brand. And let me tell you, you build it, people will come. You expose it, people will come. And people will buy the product. So we're really excited about what's taking place here. We had a tremendous TTP last night. Had a lot of great guests last night. And let me tell you, man, people were coming after me. Man, that was a powerful time we had here. So, guys, remember, you got some great TTPs in your areas. Get to them because you want to support your local TTPs. You want to have a place where your guests can come out and be a part of them. And it's going to help grow your business. There's not just one thing you can do to grow your business. There's a multifaceted number of things you can do in your business. From like what we're doing, you can do health fairs, you can do TTPs, you can do conference calls, you can get exposure by going out to these different events. Everything that you can do to bring exposure to your company, because that's what it is. It's actually your company. You're building your company. The great thing about this is that you can build your company brand on the backs of a well-established company brand. Now, that's a huge thing when you think about it, that you don't have to go out there and create a brand and put the investment in and make sure the product works. You got a well-established 12-year-old company that has a brand that right now is debt-free, and a privately held label, and you can now partner up with that brand, with your own local brand of your company, your website, and you can have a dual brand partnership and have the success that you need without having the overhead and all the liability that goes along with it. That is a huge opportunity, and when you see that what Mel and Amy has put in our hands, you can really begin to use that to your advantage. Leverage what's already out there so that you can be better at what you do, and you can go out and you can earn the money that you got into this business to earn. So we're really excited about what we're seeing in the company here in 2015, really excited about where we're going, and we're looking forward to doing some more and more things. Now, I'm going to move out of the way because we got a great guy on. He's never been on before. And I was so excited when he accepted the opportunity to come on today. He's got a lot to share, a testimonial, but he's a huge, huge, huge success in the industry that he works in anyway. So anytime you find somebody who is successful in what they already do, let me tell you, that's somebody that you want in your business because they are going to be successful in whatever they put their hands to. And so I want to just, before we do that, just talk about there's 2 TTPs that's being held this Saturday in the Maryland market. He'll talk about one of them because one of them is in his team. The other one we have, Monica Jones is having a TTP in Upper Marlboro. So, guys, look for information on the Tenacious website. We're going to put that information out there for you. It's going to be 5 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday night. 5 o'clock. It's going to be a powerful time. And JR and his team is going to be doing a TTP on tomorrow as well at 2 o'clock p.m. So get your people out to these events, guys, because these events are not just for somebody to do something because they don't got anything else to do. It's for the team. It's for everybody to get their people out there and their guests out there so that everyone can win in the marketplace. So we're really excited about what's going on today. Well, I tell you, are you ready to bring on our guests?
I'm ready to bring on our guest, and I'm glad that he accepted to be on the call. It's kind of hard to get him because of his schedule, but he's doing a great job, family, and Team Effort Network. He's going an incredible team. You know, I was talking to him the other day. I said, you know what? Your team is something. I mean, everyone who's gone on, everyone has stayed active, and everyone is, taking the initiative to really do their part in Team Effort Network. So I'm excited about bringing him to the call. He helped me pick out something several months ago. Maybe he'll share what that is. But let us welcome to the call, family, Mr. J.R. Williams. Are you there, Mr. J.R.?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on the call today.
Well, it's good to have you on the call. It's good to have. Okay, go ahead, Pastor Dale. You want to say something?
Well, I was just going to say it's great having you on the call, man. We've been trying to get you on the call for months now, but your schedule won't permit. So I was so impressed when I sent that. He even said, "Hey, can you come on the call?" He's like, "Sure." I was like, "What? You got to be kidding me! This is going to be huge." So we're glad to have you on the call and looking forward to what you have to say.
All right, thank you. Well, I could first off by saying, I am a business person, been in this automobile industry for over 30 years. And just a little background, I went to my doctor a few years back and found out, my doctor told me that I was vitamin D deficient and told me my level was 19. So me not knowing anything, I said, well, is that good or bad? He said, no, it's horrible. I said, it's horrible. What do you mean? He says, your immune system's weak, so you need to get some vitamin D. And I said, he told me, he said, look, what you probably do is go into a building in the morning, stay inside all day, and then you come out at night. Which, being in the car business, that is what I do because I've been in management. So that's what I did. I went to work inside, stayed inside all day, and then I came out when it was dark. So I was not getting the proper amount of vitamin D. So he said, I said, so what I do? He said, well, take these pills, these vitamin D pills. I said, okay. You kind of listen to your doctor. You think you should listen to your doctor. So I did. And so for a solid year, every day I took a vitamin D pill. I went back for my physical, which they always happen in February. So I have one coming up next month. But he said my vitamin D level was 19. And I said, but I've been taking the pill every day. He said, keep taking the pill. I said, okay. So I went another year, took the pill. Came back again for my physical, and again, I was at 19. So I'm like, what's going on? He said, no, just keep taking the pill. So, okay, so the third year, I was at 20. At 20. So I went for 3 years, from 19 to 20. It took me that long to go up 1 point. So I decided that I was going to stop taking the pills. I ride motorcycles, so during the summer, I said, I'm just going to get on my bike all the time and get as much sun as I possibly can. But then the winter rolls around, so by the time I get back to go for my physical, I guess my vitamin D level is lower again. So I decided I wouldn't take those pills any longer. So fast forward, I turned 50, and I start getting these aches and pains in my knees and in my ankles. And all my friends told me that, my older friends said, oh, yeah, when you turn 50, that's what happens. You get those aches, you get those pains. That's just a part of turning 50. Well, I didn't really like that. I didn't really like it. So I was like, well, I don't know. So I tried to work out, continued to work out, and tried to do some other things. But, I still had those aches and those pains. So fast forward to a couple of years ago, I was in Martha's Vineyard and rented an apartment right near the water and figured I'd jog every morning about 2 miles. So the first morning I started to go jogging, I got about maybe an eighth of a mile, and my ankles were just killing me. So for the rest of the week that I was there, I had to walk. So every morning I got up and I tried to walk those 2 miles. Well, I come back, needless to say, I come back, and I'm thinking, what can I do? I can't run anymore. So I guess I'll have to figure out something else, maybe ride a bicycle or something like that. But I don't really get the time because of what I do. So I was at work one day and ended up getting an email about, someone wanting the car. And that's what I do. Somebody sends me an email or makes a phone call. And so I respond to the email. So the person responds back. And so we send a couple of emails. And then she came in and we started talking. Said she wanted to buy a convertible. I said, okay. So I showed her the convertible. She didn't like it. And then she decided she wanted a coupe. And I said, okay. So I said, how do you want your car equipped? And she said, I just want everything on it. I said, you want everything on it? I said, it's going to be pretty expensive. She said, I don't care. My company's paying for it. I said, really? Your company's paying for it? How long have you been with the company? Not long. I said, not long, and they're buying you a Mercedes. I said, is their car or your car? She said, no, it's going to be my car in my name. So I want to put everything on it because they're going to pay for it. So she special ordered the car. And I said, well, how did this happen? She said, well, you want to know how it happens? You got to come to a meeting and find out. And I said, okay, I'm game. I'll go. So that was the last February, the end of February. I went to a meeting in Atlanta and saw a presentation and decided a couple of days later that I'm going to get in. So I called the person that had turned me on to it, Pastor Denise. He turned me on to it, and so I signed up. Well, I got the product from her. So when I got the product and I ordered, my product, I started talking about it before I got my product, other than what I had to try out. So about 8-10 days later, I get out of bed one morning and I jump up and I just go right to the bathroom, get ready to brush my teeth and all to get to work. And I walk back out again and I realized that I didn't stop when I got out of bed. Normally I would stop, stand up and have to, steady myself a little bit, stretch a little bit more and then get going. All of a sudden I didn't have to do that anymore. So I'm like wondering what happened. So then went to work and I'm at work and we have these stairs that goes up to our lunchroom. So, I go up the stairs and going up the stairs there for a while and, grabbing that pole, go up the stairs. And there was a guy following behind me and I put myself, I ran up the steps without the rail. And he said something to me. He says, I've seen you for a while. He says, you've never done that before. You've never done that before. And I got to the top and I stopped and I said, well, you're right. I said, I don't know what's going on. And then I thought about it and it's because I've been using the sprays. So I'm excited about going next month to my doctor to find out what he has to tell me. And when I go in there, I'm not going to tell him anything that's wrong with me. I'm going to let him check and let him tell me what's wrong or what's right. But anyway, I just want to say I don't have those knee pains any longer. I went outside one day, got home, I said I'm going to try, walk down the bottom of my street, and decided I would jog up to my house just to see how I felt. Jogged up to my house. When I got to my house, I felt great, so I kept going. Turned left at the corner, kept going. Went down the street, came back up. Now, I got to say I was a little winded, but I had no pain in my knees and no pain in my ankles. So something must be working. So that's part of what. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
No, I want to ask you something, JR, because I know that, like, you're in the car business, you're the Mercedes-Benz, you're a Mercedes-Benz guy, so anyone that's on the team, we refer them to you, and you're in the sales business. But there was one thing you said the other day. You said, you know what, I'm in the sales business, and I'm a salesman, but I do not sell sprays. And you made a difference between how you're letting people know about the sprays versus not using your salesman skills.
Yeah, I am a salesman. I feel like I can sell anything. But if you all remember a call from a week or so ago, Mike Parker was on the call. And Mike's a friend of mine. And I went to Mike, and we just had a conversation. And he asked me what I was doing. Well, he opened up the door for me to tell him what I was doing besides selling cars. So I told him about the sprays, and we talked about it. And that day, I didn't try to sell him anything. Didn't try to get him to join the business or anything like that. So he called me. We talked a couple more times, and he called me one day and said, hey, I think I want to try those sprays you told me about. I said, okay. So I went up. He purchased the sprays from me, and you heard his story. 8 days later, he called me and said, everything is going great. Well, he called me again because I had forgotten to get up there to get him his product, and he was a little upset with me. So I had to run over and get him his product. So I ran over and got him his product, and then he decided that he wanted to get into the business. So I didn't sell him anything. I've known him for a long time. I didn't sell him anything. I just said, let me share something with you. I think it'll do you some good. And as you heard his testimony, it's done him a world of good. Another thing that I've done is in my phone book, and all our phone books, we have these cell phones because no one remembers numbers, so you just push a name and you start talking to someone. Well, I've talked to quite a few people that I haven't talked to in a couple of years. And I just call them to say hi. So when I call them to say hi, what happens is they normally say, hey, what's up? What have you been doing? You know, there again, that opens up the door for me to say, this is what I'm doing. So I've explained to them what I'm doing, and they've gotten interested because of my excitement about doing this business or doing the products. So last Friday, I went to meet someone who was going to buy the products from me. And after we had a discussion, sitting over at the National Harbor, we had a discussion. She had written me a check for the products, for 5 sprays. And then she said, well, wait a minute, here, let me tear that check up and let me just join. Let me just join. So I'm sitting there, and the other person is sitting at the table. She said to me, she said, wow, I thought you were you're like so low pressure. And I said, well, see, when I'm selling the car, there's a difference. When I'm sharing the sprays, there's a difference. So you really don't have to sell it. You just have to share it. Mm-hmm. You have to talk about it.
You were going to have someone on the call today. Did you bring a guest on with you?
I think he said he was going to be on there, but we'd have to ask.
So, Anthony, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, goodness,
okay.
He's there. Okay, so Jared, let us know who Anthony is and how long have you been telling Anthony about the sprays?
Well, what I'll do is I'll let you tell him a little bit about that. But I talked to Anthony about the sprays, and he said to me, he said, "Oh yeah. You know, I think I'd like to do that. I think I'd like to do that." But he couldn't come to a meeting, couldn't come to another meeting, couldn't come to another meeting. So I talked to him a few more times, and then one day, out of the blue, he calls me. We talk again, and he says, I'm going to come to the meeting. And so what I'll do is I'll just introduce you to my ace of diamonds. I have a deck of cards, and what I do is I give out my aces, okay? And so I know I've found an ace, my ace of diamonds, Mr. Anthony Vancheri Sr.
Wow.
Go ahead. Thank you so much, sir. I greatly appreciate the high regard. I will just a little bit about myself. I met JR almost 6 years ago. Okay, I had just gotten out of the mortgage industry. I was part of Prepaid Legal, which was a network marketing program, which failed almost immediately. My sponsor, never really spoke to me, or we never really went to any events, or never really saw me how to get involved with other people, things of that nature. So I got into the car business after my mortgage company had a pink slip on the door in 2009. And I came to a car dealership, never sold a car before in my life. I seen all these, commercials about people going in place and saying, yeah, I want this brand new car, and this and the third, and people would leave out. I had no idea. I didn't know anything. I was probably there maybe a week. I had sold 3 cars. I thought I was on fire. Okay, I thought I was the king. Yeah. Okay. I was out on the lot. It was a summer day, and a customer came up and spoke to me, and they said, "Oh, we're just looking, this and the third," and then they left. Right? Well, me being new, I didn't know that was something bad. And I remember walking back into the building, and Mr. J.R. Williams, who was the GM at the time, brought me to the side. He brought me into finance office. He sat down, and he said, "How many cars have you sold so far?" I said, 3. He's like, "Oh, you feel like you've done something, huh?" Yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself, I sold 3 cars. I didn't think I could do that, He said, that's nothing. That's nothing. And he told me about, I don't know how long ago it was, and he had sold 368 cars in a year. And I said, 368? That means you sold a car every day and then some. And he told me, don't ever broom a customer. You get their information, you get their name, email, phone number, things of that nature. You sit them down and you take control of the situation. Now, you don't take control of the situation being aggressive. You take control of the situation making them feel as if they're in control. So just like he was talking to those people the other day, and he said that the lady said that you're a very unpushy salesperson. It's not the fact that he's unpushy. It's the fact that he's laid back. He wants the customer to feel like they're in control. And I had to learn that. So fast forward, okay, to earlier last year, I would say around, March, April, JR calls me out of the blue and says, "Hey, there's something I just got into, and I need you to come check it out." By this time, understand, with all this stuff that he's taught me and honed in me as a salesperson, I was a finance manager at that time. All right. I had gone from the step of being a salesperson and then, to a point where I actually do loans. So I'm like, oh, yeah, JR, all right, I'll listen to it, Never really gave it any thought. And over the summer, I just had a baby not too long ago, and I'm going to the gym trying to get prepared. And I gotta get strong, gotta be fit when the baby comes. I'm gonna have to do all these pull-ups and set-ups and things of that nature with this baby. So he keeps emailing me, he keeps calling me, he keeps texting me, and I'm like, gotta come check this out. You gotta get on this conference call. You gotta come check this out. You gotta come meet me here at this place on Thursday night. And I'm like, all right, JR, between work and getting prepared for a baby, things like that, I always made an excuse why not to go. I always made an excuse why not to go. And I ducked and dodged him for months. This brother, okay, is so persistent, okay. One day I'm leaving my accounting department to go back to my showroom, and it was in 2 different buildings. So I'm going across the parking lot, and one of the other managers comes in and says, "Yeah, there's a Mr. Williams here to see you." I'm like, "Mr. Williams? I don't remember doing no contracts with no Mr. Williams." So don't know who this is. I walk in the showroom, and sure enough, JR, as he always is, in his suit, his white dress shirt, tie. Hey, buddy. I'm like, this has to be important. If he came all the way to my job to tell me about this, it has to be important. So we go out and we talk for about 20, 30 minutes. You know, I got everybody else in the store looking out the window, trying to figure out what we're talking about. Who is this person? You know, all this. And he's telling me about the spray, telling me how easy it is. You know, still, you know, okay, I would definitely touch bases with you, JR, about that. And I still duck, though. You know, making excuses. One day, me and JR were on the phone about something totally unrelated. And he said, you know what, it's time for you to come check this out. And I said, you know what, JR, I'm going to come and check it out. He said, you're going to sign up. I said, I already know I'm going to sign up because you already showed me what most of it is. I already know it's going to work, and I know that if it can work for you and you wish that you were my age, and he kept telling me, I wish I was your age, because if I knew that your age, what I'm being presented to you, that I could be living large right now by the time I'm my age. And I said, you know, I'm going to sign up. I know I'm going to sign up. I came in, and the atmosphere was great. All the people that spoke, you know, everybody was excited. People were ringing bells. I'm signing up. I'm ringing the bell. And I'm going to tell you right now, I forgot the brother's name that presents all the product and what it does for us. Forgive me for that if you're on the call, sir. But he said, if you go home and you have a good night's sleep, you need to come back because you missed something. And I'm going to tell you, it's been maybe 2 nights that I've actually gotten a full night's sleep since I've been presented this 2 weeks ago. Watch out, because I'm only 31. I'm coming for my money. If it ain't about the money, I don't get up out of bed. And I'm out of bed every morning at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning before my wife and my son get up to try to figure out more ways to max out my pay plan.
Well, family, let me tell you, Anthony has been at every meeting ever since, and he comes in excited and he's energetic, and he came to training. He even came to the training that we had on Saturday, and he's definitely a great leader, bringing guests to the meetings already strategizing on building his team. He has a vision. He has a vision for how he's going to win the car for his wife, you know, to give her something that he feels she deserves and doesn't have to pay for it. And we're just excited, Anthony, to have you on the team. Great job. Jay, I want to ask you one other thing in regards to Mike. Mike Parker, if you remember, Mike Parker was on the call last week and shared an incredible testimony last Thursday on how he dealt with years of having strokes and heart attacks and how his sugar level was high, and he took 5 years to try to lose weight. And he dealt with diabetes and was taking insulin. But since on the sprays, you know, he's no longer on insulin. But, JR, there was one thing you said Mike didn't share, and in regards to something that had happened as a result of the diabetes that he had prior to taking the sprays.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, they had talked to him about 8 months ago or so about having to take his foot. I don't remember whether or not he said anything about having the toes taken, a couple of toes taken already, but they had talked to him about taking the foot because of the circulation. And so now he went back to the doctor, and now they said they don't have to take the foot.
Wow.
So, you know, he said he said I have to wrap my head around that. And so now when he goes back, they tell him that they don't have to take his foot. I mean,
wow.
If he had these sprays probably earlier, he probably would have still had the toes.
Yeah,
and
I thought that was incredible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and speaking about that also, I forgot. I purchased a pair of shoes at Nordstrom's a couple of years ago. When you go to Nordstrom's and get a pair of shoes, they fit you. You know, they check you out and they fit you and make sure everything's fine. So I started to wear those shoes. Now, after I started getting on the sprays, and now those shoes fit me great. Okay, they fit me great when I bought them. Now, for some reason or other, they're like falling off my feet. It's like my feet, they're still the same length, but they just kind of shrunk, So the size of my foot is, it shrunk. And I guess that's part of the inflammation. So, yeah. So, one other thing I'd like to say is, when you go to these TTPs, and we have one in D.C. At 2:00 on Saturday. Ms. Linda Green and Anita Purvis are having that TTP. So if you have somebody that you're thinking about bringing into the business, you're more than welcome to send them there, bring them there, just get them there. Okay? And the one other thing I like about this business, and I'll tell you, when I go through the TTPs, I leave always pumped up. Like Action Jackson, Anthony, his name is Paul Jackson. I call him Action Jackson because he always has something to say. And, I remember what he said. He please put a couple of things, giving me a couple of things to say. And one of those is you might not be sick, but that doesn't mean you're well. That's very, very, that's very important. I mean, you have to really listen to that to understand it. So when he says that, every time he says it, it always gets me. So, I'd like to also right now take a time to thank Pastor Dale, Pastor Denise, Pierre Taylor, Paul Jackson, Sheila, just everybody that's in this group, because when you leave there, you're on fire. I mean, when you leave there, you're on fire. In the military, like the SEALs, when they do SEAL training, if a guy can't make it, what he does is he goes up and he rings a bell that says he wants to get out, that he wants to stop. But in our business, you ring the bell to get in. You ring the bell to get in. And that's what I like about it.
Well, this has been a great call, and that bell goes off just about every Thursday. We're excited when that bell goes off because it goes to show that we have another life that's been changed, and another life is going to be used to change someone else's life. J.R. Williams, thank you so much. Anthony, thank you, man. Thank you for being part of the team. And I want to repeat what J.R. said. J.R. said that his doctor had him taking the vitamin D pill. And some of you are familiar. Some of those who, doctor wanted to put you on that prescription pill. It's that little turquoise. Is that the one you were on, J.R.? It's like the turquoise green gel pill?
It was like 1,000 IU something or other.
So yours may have been a little different, but 3 years. 3 years he's taken a vitamin D pill. 3 years. And after 3 years, it goes from 19 to 20. My thing was, what was happening in his body as he was taking his prescribed pill? He definitely wasn't getting the results in his vitamin D. So what was going on with the fillers and whatever else that was in that pill, that it didn't even increase his vitamin D level just by 1%. That is really something. And also sharing Mike's testimony. Mike, who was on the call last week, he didn't share that he was going to have one of his foot amputated because of the diabetes, but as a result of taking the vitamin sprays and going back, as doctor said, that would not need to happen. That's incredible. That's incredible. J.R. Williams, thank you. You're going to the phenomenal team. There's a TTP tomorrow at 2 o'clock. You want to give information on that, J.R.?
Well, I'm on my phone, so I can't get to the message, but it is in, I'll try to go ahead. You can go ahead and talk, and I'll try to find it real quick.
So I know that there's several TTPs. I know there's a couple you have to RSVP. And what we'll do, if you have prospects in the area, we'll post it, on the Tenacious Generation Facebook page, because I know there's one in particular, at the one that's at 5 o'clock. You're going to have to RSVP for that one, and that's because of food that's being provided. So thank you once again. It's been an incredible week, family. As you can hear, the vitamin sprays are making a difference in everyone's life. Now, Anthony's very excited. He's been in the business, but he told me something last night about this book. Can I tell him, Anthony? You want to wait until you come do the training?
I want everybody to understand the weight of it when I actually do it.
So I'll be quiet about it, right?
You can sound silly if we start talking about it right now.
No, we're not talking about it right now. we'll have you back another day to share that one. But that was very, very. That's going to be an incredible story. I'm looking forward to hearing that one. So now, family, we're teasing. You have to tune in to find out what Anthony's talking about in this book that we're talking about that he's going to share with us.
Excuse me, I have the address.
Okay, you have. Okay, this is the address for the TTP that's taking place tomorrow at 2:00, right, JR?
It's Saturday at 2:00. It's 6113 3rd Street, Northeast, Washington D.C. 20011. 6113 3rd Street, Northeast, Washington D.C.
Okay. So that's it tomorrow at 2:00, fam. If you got guests, you want to get to a meeting, to a TTP to learn more about these vitamin sprays, there you go. Tomorrow at 2:00, 6113 3rd Street, Northeast Washington, D.C. Great call today, man. We're going to go out to the U.K. with Anita Poole with our quote for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
I am great. Thank you very much. Helped a lovely gentleman today with some Slim by 10. just chatting in the sauna, and he needs to slim down, and then met me afterwards and took a couple of Slim by 10, not just for 1 month, but he wanted to take 2 months worth. So, and then he's speaking to his wife about the cell energy. So, just simple conversations with people. We've got so much that can help them. It's absolutely wonderful. And what a great call. JR and Anthony, love what you're doing. Absolutely great. So, Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. So it's all about giving the wonderful information about the TEN sprays, what's unique about them, the great value about them, how they've changed people's lives, telling the stories, and giving the opportunity. Because what I found with this gentleman is when I met him afterwards and gave him the couple of Slim by 10 sprays, and then he talked to me about his wife having the cell energy. And then I mentioned to him, well, actually, if you're going to be on these sprays and you want to try some more and you're going to have it regularly, there's a great income opportunity. And, we're right at the beginning of it in the UK. And, in fact, we're right at the beginning of it around the world. And these are the best sprays on the market, basically. There's nothing else like this in terms of the power of the ingredients, the amount of ingredients in it, the naturalness of the ingredients, and, proven testimonials, proven company. And interestingly, I literally just got back, just checking my emails, etc., and he's already connected on Facebook with me and already connected with the, the TEN page, etc. So, it's just all about just getting the word out there and just dropping those snippets of information, just like JR and Anthony were saying, basically, we're not really selling. It's not the hard sell. It's just about telling the stories. And, it's like Mel always says, actually, it's like going fishing. Just throw out the bait and, when there's fish there, the fish catch the hook. But then we've got to reel the hook in, by giving out the information and getting people to the presentations, getting them to the TTPs, getting them to the webinars, showing them the testimonials, sending them the links. So, there's lots and lots of information that we've got, and there's lots of stories that we've got, and there's lots of trainings that we've got. So everything's there, basically. And it's all about the naturalness of these products. So Elwyn Brooks White said, I would feel more optimistic about a bright future for man if he spent less time proving that he can outwit nature and more time tasting her sweetness, the sweetness of nature, and respecting her seniority. Well, folks, that's what we have in our hands with the TEN sprays. I mean, the guy just took one spray and he said, whoa, that tastes great. And it's like tasting the sweetness of nature. That's what we've got, basically. And Frank said how wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. And that's what we've got. We've got something that can improve the world, basically, both in terms of income and in terms of well-being. Obviously, we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any particular disorders, but we know without a shadow of a doubt that people have been benefiting big time. So William James said, act as if what you do makes a difference, because it does. It's all about belief. It's all about going out there and sharing, and it's all about realizing we have the best opportunity, best pay plan, best products in terms of these types of products on the market. And it's all about valuing what we've got, because we've got a high value product. That's the key to it, high value product. So we've got to have, we've got to conduct ourselves with great values so we reflect the values of the product, the values of the brand. So Ayn Rand said, happiness is that state of consciousness which proceeds from the achievement of one's values. So, realize one's own values, conduct oneself with great value, and share something that has great value. And that's the TEN sprays. In fact, Yoda from Star Wars said, try not. Just do or do not. There is no try. There is only do. So it's all about taking massive action, folks. There is only just do. It's all about the action. It's all about the belief. It's all about the dreams. And, we can tell JR and Anthony, they're having great success because they've got belief, they're taking the action, and they've got their dreams, they've got their goals. So it's absolutely fantastic. Carl Jung said, who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. And what I mean by that, basically, it's all about the belief and the dreams and the goals of where we all want to be. But it's all about looking inside, having that value, having that persistence, having that patience, and reflecting that in the values of the product, in our dreams, and in our actions. So lastly, Harvey Mackay said, when you have a dream that you can't let go of, trust your instincts and pursue it. But remember, real dreams take work. They take patience, and sometimes they require you to dig down very deep. Be sure you're willing to do that. So dig down deep, know where you're going, set your goals, take action, make it happen. Back to you, Denise.
Thank you, Dr. Nita Poole from the UK. Great quotes, great motivational quotes, some things to give you to meditate on, family, and go forth as you enter the weekend with your goals set and with a passion and desire to accomplish and achieve what you want to get done in this day. This is a new day. You have goals already set. Now go out there and make them happen. Mr. J.R. Williams, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on the day and sharing your story. Another great call, family, for you to share with folks who are dealing with a vitamin D level or who's in sales but doesn't look at this as something that we're selling, but something that we're sharing. And the reason that we're sharing because we have these wonderful testimonies, and we have something that everyone needs. Everyone needs this. Everyone wants a healthy life. Everyone wants energy. Everyone needs energy to do the things that they do. So, no, we're not selling, but we're sharing something that's going to make a big impact in the world, and it's already done so. Anthony, thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing that little story about that book we were sharing. And as we grow this team, as we're going from good to great, family, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride because this is going to be fun. Don't forget, get your ticket to the 10 Extravaganza. You have another week left to take advantage of the Frenzy bonus for all new distributors for the month of January. If you just sign up in this month of January and you have yourself a new business partner already, well, you've already qualified. You've already doubled your Fast Start bonus. But if you've done it within 7 days, and if you have 2 new business partners within your first 7 days, then you get to triple that Fast Start bonus. You have 1 week left, family. Come on, let's make it happen. And let's be back on the call Monday morning as we hear more great things. And don't forget of the 1 year Power of 2 challenge. Make it happen. Press, persist. Don't you quit. If you need one more person for January, get it done. There's a lot of TTPs taking place this weekend. Get your guests and prospects to the TTP. Pastor Dell is out right now sharing at a health fair. The sprays are being shared all around the globe. You do your part. Get your 2 new business partners for January, and you're well on your way of accomplishing that goal of the Power 2 Challenge. Be back with us Monday morning to hear more great things about what's happening here in Team Effort Network. And know this, family, you are loved and you are appreciated. God bless you all. Have a blessed weekend on purpose. Mwah.